Holy fucking cow udders, my mind is sporadic and my mind is every place everywhere, so if I'm talking fast, that's mainly because I am fucking hyper right now, and hyper from extreme orgasmic, geek orgasm excitement. I don't care if you fucking think this video is cringy, I don't fucking care. Ultimately, Avengers 2 Age of Ultron trailer is linked down below. I wanted to actually post clips of the trailer itself and respond to it of all the things that are going through, but I can't do that because YouTube is a motherfucking bitch, and I can't use that because of copyrighted footage, and then my video will get taken down, blah, 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 blah. So, link down below, Age of Ultron trailer 2. What's so amazing about this trailer is how it starts off, with Ultron's voice on saying, "Let me show you something beautiful." Hear these voices screaming, and it puts in the dark, morbid tone of what this film is going to escalate into, which is a darker, because let's be honest, the first Avengers film was very lighthearted, and this is finally going to go into the dark area and darker tone themes of what I've been wanting to see Marvel do for so fucking long. For those of you who don't know, I am a fanatic for villain. First of all, I have a bunch of favorite villains of all times, but seeing villains portrayed the way that they're supposed to be portrayed is amazing to me. For example, the Iron Man 3 fucked up the Mandarin. The Mandarin was a huge ultra supervillain in the Marvel Comics. They fucked him up. They destroyed him, chopped him up, choppy chop. Fuck that. It was terrible. I couldn't stand the end of that. The Mandarin was just bullshit. That was a supervillain, but they messed him up. And then we have Ultron, and this, you know, Josh Whedon is behind this, so it's going to be good. And I don't say that because I'm a Josh Whedon fanboy, because I'm not, but this is just going to be amazing because the trailer and the lines that Ultron said, you want to protect the world, but you don't want it to change. You're all puppets tangled in strings. It's just, it put chills down my spine, along with a few tears because I'm one of these weird, geeky, awkward people who sheds tears when he gets so excited for something that he loves and has a passion for something so much. And that I've been obsessed with Marvel since at age at least 5 or 6. I remember watching on, I think it was channel 11 or 13, watching the X-Men show, and even the 1990s Spider-Man. Those were the days, my friend. And as soon as I started saving up allowances that my parents were paying me money, I was collecting comic books and reading comic books, and it was just my real reality and world is in this Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I have no shame in that, and along with Star Wars. But, you know, Marvel and Star Wars, those are the two closest things, the two biggest passions of my entire life. In fact, if it wasn't for Star Wars, I probably wouldn't even be fucking here right now. Because as cheesy as it sounds, Star Wars actually contributed to saving my life. Now, on to the actual Avengers again. Ultron looks phenomenal. The voice that they have with him is just, I can't even put it in words how epic and intimidating it is. And what's so more amazing is that this is not even Ultron's final form. If you know anything about comics, his character develops and becomes a more ultra villain through time. Or most likely, he's going to be in Avengers 3. I know for a fact that they're not going to kill off Ultron within the second movie. It's not just going to happen. And the reason I had to say this, and this is where my mind starts jumping every place, is because you have Age of Ultron, who's a massive supervillain. Then you have Thanos, who's already in the Guardians of the Galaxy and shown he's a big supervillain. Then you have the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Gauntlet goes to Thanos eventually and collects that, and he becomes even more powerful. Then the Avengers have to fight him, and they have to fight Ultron. Then you have the Guardians of the Galaxy 1, the first movie, which was amazing, one of the best Marvel movies of all time. And then you have Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which is probably going to blend in with Avengers 3, which is eventually going to have the Avengers, because Avengers and Avengers 2 is going to break up and have a Marvel Civil War, which when the Marvel Civil War happens, then you have the Registration Act. When there's Registration Act, you have Tony Stark and you have all the different Avengers who don't agree because you have to have a registration for being a superhero and you have to reveal your identity. They don't agree with that type of legality of the Registration Act, so therefore the Avengers breaks up into different groups, and then you have different teams, and then you probably have Ant-Man, then you have the Guardians of the Galaxy who come in and help the new team of Avengers form, because obviously Tony Stark is eventually going to get his ass kicked out of the Avengers most likely. Because if you've read the comics and you know anything about the Civil War, you know that exactly what happened. But eventually what's going to probably happen is if Guardians of the Galaxy is going to have to interview and they're going to help the actual Avengers, which is they're going to have new members of the Avengers in the Avengers movies. And holy hell, we don't even know, maybe eventually the Red Skull is also going to be implemented in this with Hydra, because we don't ever know what happened to him in the end of Captain America. So you have Ultron, and you have Red Skull, and then you have Thanos, which Thanos is one of my other favorite supervillains of all time. And it's just so amazing to me to see these portrayals and to see these characters come to fucking life. I'm so excited for this, and I'm so embedded in the life of Marvel that I'm borderline wanting to go get a Marvel tattoo of my favorite character, which would be Deadpool. But people know that I cosplay as, but I have a Deadpool tattoo. Then I would get a Captain America tattoo, and get a Triforce tattoo along with a Batman tattoo. I've been meaning to get tattoos for so long, but I feel as if I have the justification because of everything that's coming to life within cinema and seeing something that's so important to me come to the big screen and become a reality. You know, I was one of these kids growing up where I would have a comic book and I'd see these pictures and then I would have my imagination would spring to life with seeing these images and these visuals, these pictures drawn come to life with scenes of my own imagination and how they would go into the big screen. And Marvel is doing exactly that. DC, wake the fuck up, please. I mean, this trailer even has Hulk and Iron Man fighting, which that further concludes that the Marvel Civil War is going to happen, because there's no reason for the Incredible Hulk and the Iron Man to be fighting other than the Avengers is breaking apart because a battle is happening that's too big for them to fight. And finally, Marvel is going with a darker tone, something that I've been wanting to see for so long. Anyways, guys, I'm done. It's actually very late that I'm publishing this video. I never upload videos this late, but anyway, it's linked down below. Watch it. Please watch it. Give it the views that it actually fucking deserves. Maybe for when May hits, I will do maybe a, like, complete, utter Seattle fan meetup Avengers movie night or something, and we all see a bunch of subscribers. If you're local from Seattle, go see the movie together, and we can all geekasm and cry our eyes out because our favorite characters are coming to the fucking big screen.